This Dillon Brooks thing,
this situation.
did you guys hear about this? If you haven't, or if you have, you should hit the like button. We're at 2,000 views and we have 123 likes. We always like to get to
Keep up the pace.
200 likes during the show, so we appreciate that. Please hit the like button if you have not. The Memphis Grizzlies have told Dillon Brooks he won't be back with the club under any circumstance.
Which was trending on Twitter today. Quote, under any circumstance.
Under any circumstance, he will not be back.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And I say it's about time because I am telling you, as sure as we are sitting here talking about this, the Memphis Grizzlies need, and I hate this word, they need a culture change.
Ain't no reset.
With the strippers, the guns, the mouthing off, I want to play you this Draymond Green video because I feel like I have been defending Draymond Green for several weeks now, but it's amazing to me when you listen to Draymond Green talk about Dillon Brooks, just how right on Draymond Green is.
If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies is not ready to compete for a championship, look no further than this idiot right here. They're actually depending on this guy to help them win a championship. And he says his game is cool. Quite frankly, that just shows how little you know about basketball. And yet, you running around talking about a dynasty? The dynasty starts after you, not with you.
I mean, I don't even, how else do you say that? There's no other, you don't need to say anything else.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. You don't need to, the dynasty doesn't start with you, Dillon Brooks. It starts after you because you're such a POS. And you look at Draymond and say what you want about Draymond Green. And I understand that people hate Draymond. They don't respect Draymond. That dude's got 4 rings. That dude's got Defensive Player of the Year. That dude's got Olympic medals. Like, that dude has won everything that you can win in basketball. Pretty much. He's won everything that you can win. And when you're Dillon Brooks and you're going after a guy like LeBron James, who by some people's opinion is the best player ever, he's not. But by some people's opinion, he's the greatest player ever. And without question, he's the all-time leading scorer in both the regular season and the playoffs. The guy's got rings. The guy's got MVPs. Like, everything you want, LeBron James has it. And you're calling him old and admitting you like to poke the bear? Do you guys understand that that was the high water mark of the postseason for the Memphis Grizzlies? They never went back to that level. And it's all about Dillon Brooks, who can't shoot threes, who can't make layups, who straight up talked about how, you got to keep LeBron going to his left. I don't understand why people let him get to his right. Well, what did LeBron James do to end the Memphis Grizzlies? Went left-handed and put a layup in over Dillon Brooks.
Yeah.
You can't talk. And I think one of the things that really bothers me about this is I think this is what is pervasive in children's activities now. And I mean chess club. There was a video on TikTok a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago, of this kid winning a chess match, flipping the table, and doing like the DX crotch cross thing at a chess tournament. You look at some of this stuff, and you look at sports, and you look at basketball and baseball, and you look at celebrating home runs by stopping before you touch third base with guys who have never won anything. And you have these kids in AAU that want to mouth off, and you have like the Mikey Williams of the world that, like Mikey Williams, this amazing basketball player who now may have put his future in jeopardy with a gun crime. Like, you look at all this stupidity, and it's got Dillon Brooks and John Morant written all over it. We talked a bunch of smoke, even though John Morant's famous for saying, "I ain't ducking no smoke, bro."
Ain't ducking no smoke.
But yet, what did you do when you lost? You didn't meet with the media. You didn't answer questions. You got fined, and then you met with the media.
It's a soft person tendency.
Like, it is a soft person tendency. After you had hooker crotch on your face with a gun to your head. Like, is that really who Memphis is?
Came back down.
City of Memphis is way better than that. So this whole idea of not having Dillon Brooks back with the Memphis Grizzlies is exactly the right tact, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think, it's so funny. Draymond has the perspective of 4 championships, and I think, that doesn't make him the greatest of all time or anything. That doesn't make him anything special, but I think it makes him a hell of a player. I think it makes him, you just can't question him because he's won so much. And I think that's what Dillon Brooks doesn't understand. You're quite literally barking up the wrong tree here with LeBron. Like, LeBron is better than you. And it would be one thing if, you held LeBron to a 10-point game and he was like 1 of 15, or like you had some ridiculous defensive performance on LeBron, but that didn't happen. And he did dominate you, and he did end you, and he was talking smack to you before the game, which most people believe was the end of the series right when that happened. And I don't know how else you get around this. And I think Dillon Brooks has created a reputation for himself that I'm not even sure he was trying to create. And yet here we are. Here the hell we are.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it is. I think it's wild, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely wild. 15 past the hour. First of all, I cannot forget to say this. Happy birthday to Kayla Kavanaugh of Draper, Utah. Her dad listens to the show every day, and they listen to the show usually driving to or from gymnastics or softball practice. So Kayla is today 12 years old.
Let's go. So
happy birthday to you, my little princess. It is so good to know that you guys listen to the show. Thank you for being one of our biggest fans. They are Grizzlies fans. And by the way, the Utah Grizzlies season ended last night in overtime again in Idaho. They're huge Grizzlies fans. Jake and I actually met her dad when he was here at one of the Grizzlies games, but always big shout outs. We appreciate everybody who listens to the show in the car or at home, wherever you are. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Also want to remind you about our summer promotion before we get to Monty Makes You Money that we are doing with our good friends at Big O Tires and American Fork. Now, make sure you find Big O Tires and American Fork on social media. Twitter and Instagram, of course. Here's their Twitter page, Big O AF8. Go tag one of their posts. Hey, I heard about you on the Monty Show, and you were instantly entered in for your chance to join us at the RSL match on June 10th against NYFC in the Zag Club. You get a pre-game on-field warm-up experience. So you get to go on the field with RSL before the game and watch them warm up. You get a gourmet catered meal, all you can eat, all you can drink. Alcohol is separate. So obviously you get a ticket to the game, you get VIP parking, you get free gourmet meal catered. You get a great seat to the game at midfield, and you get to hang out with me, Jake, and Mrs. Monty. And perhaps Jake's now, because you guys are officially boyfriend-girlfriend,
right, yeah.
She may even come to the match with us.
That's right, T.
Do you want to guarantee yourself a spot? Because there are only going to be 12 spots.
Yeah, it's small.
Do you want to guarantee yourself a spot to see RSL and NYFC with Monty and Jake? Well, then all you have to do, my friends, is go and buy a set of tires or get your car fixed at Big O Tires and American Fork.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have to do. Say, hey, I heard about you guys on the Monty Show. I need to buy tires. Hey, I need a lube oil filter. Hey, my check engine light's on. Hey, I need a brake job. Whatever you need, car repair, American Fork, Big O Tires. That's where you're going. Because our guy Ryan at Big O Tires and American Fork does it all.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I love about Ryan and American Fork, Big O Tires? He's a small business owner. He's a guy that grinds for his family. He's a guy that's built a business for himself with Big O Tires as the brand. But he gives you such great customer service that you want to keep going back. And I know it's Big O Tires. You're thinking, well, Monty, what do you mean lube oil filter? He does it all.
Yes.
Not just tires, brakes, alignments, oil changes, flushes, fluids, transmissions, motors, you name it, he does it.
You got a Razor, you got an off-road vehicle, he can do your suspension.
Absolutely.
He can put great tires on it, suspension, lifts, like literally they do everything. And again, we tell you guys all the time that we like to partner with local business owners, and Ryan is just that. Ryan owns his Big O Tires.
Yep.
He employs, obviously, people in the community, and I think that's what we're trying to do on the show. So I would really appreciate it if you went on Twitter or Instagram, found him, Big O Tires and American Fork, and just reach out to him. And again, you can auto-bid your way into this thing. Go get a set of tires from Ryan at Big O Tires and American Fork, and you're good to go. Right?
That's exactly right.
It's that easy.
Yeah, and I just, you guys, in this economy, and I think we all know we've talked about it, you've got to support small business. You've got to support the people that prop up our communities. And I think when you look at the companies that we do business with on this show, there's no better example of that than Bucked Up Energy. You know, the Gardeners, they're in Lehigh. You look at Barbecue Pit Stop. You look at the Advocates. You look at Papa Murphy's Pizza owners. You look at Darren Ingram at Canyons Golf, local guy. You look at Ryan at Big O Tires and American Fork. That's a guy that's just trying to support his family, trying to grow his brand. He's a big supporter of BYU football. If you're a BYU fan, go check out his Instagram. You're going to see Zach Wilson brought his Porsche in there, got new shoes for it.
Yes.
Unbelievable guy. Tell him you heard about it on the Monty Show. So to qualify to go to the RSL NYFC match with us in the Zag Club, all you have to do is comment, and you may win your spot. But if you want to get in, go spend money with Big O Tires and American Fork. And then, hey, tell us you did that, and we'll hook it up. You'll be in with us. Brandon Butler says the Zag Suite is worth it, brothers and sisters. Do the thing, support the show sponsor, and sup, fellas. Brandon Butler,
man?
what's up, my guy?
What's up, man?
So, Brandon, you're going to be at the match? Or you're going to say hello or what?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Connor Johnson says, I hope after the Pack ads in the Mountain West and ACC backfill that we are done with realignment. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to happen. All right.
Yeah.
As far as the Dillon Brooks situation, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Does he sign with somebody? Is he somebody that... Because I think somebody will pick him up.
Absolutely.
I don't know who that is, because you got to have some brass. You got to have a big set of balls, in my opinion. You got to have really good veteran leadership. I could see him on a mid-table team in the West.
Uh-huh.
I could see him in I don't think he works in Sacramento, because I still think there is a chemistry problem in Sacramento. There is something just...
Yeah, you mean Sabonis is soft? Yeah,
But
you're right.
he and maybe soft is the right word. Maybe soft is the exact right word.
You view this season as a failure?
On Nardarvidas Sabonis, right? Like Domantas Sabonis, something's wrong there, right? Keegan Murray, okay, you're a rookie, but something's not right there.
It's a soft person tendency.
They need, like Harrison Barnes, they need Harrison Barnes, but better.
Yeah.
More veteran, more alpha, right? I could absolutely see teams like Houston passing on Dillon Brooks.
Right.
I could see him fitting in on 100 different teams in the East.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Miami,
Yep.
if you go to Milwaukee, I could absolutely see Dillon Brooks being a Milwaukee Buck.
Yep.
Because there's zero tolerance on clubs like that.
And he's not even close to the best player.
No.
Which I think was the other problem. In his mind, he was close to the top of that roster.
But I think when you look at the situation with like a Jay Crowder in Milwaukee, Dillon Brooks is a younger, more athletic Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
But he's not the leader, and he's not experienced like Jay Crowder is. So it'll be interesting to see where a guy like Dillon Brooks ends up. By the way, we are waiting for the announcement to come down on the NBA MVP. As soon as that happens, obviously, we're going to bring that to you guys right here on the show. And really what we're saying is we're waiting for Joel Embiid to be named MVP.
Right.
Because if he's not, I'm telling you, I'm going to throw a tantrum and do nothing.
As opposed to...
Nothing.
But no one's going to disrespect me. I'm not afraid to die.
Was that James Harden?
When I die, I'm going to paradise.
Jake, what does that graphic right there say?
James Harden humiliates Monty.
That's not what that says. That says James Harden humiliated Jake.
Uh-huh.
Now, you slandered James Harden on the show yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Philadelphia Sixers win game one, 119-115 in Boston.
Is this the dagger?
And James Harden scored 45 points.
45-piece nugget.
6 dimes. 7 of 14 from 3.
Yeah.
You want to apologize? Like, how do you want to do this?
You're not going to catch me saying sorry.
How do you want to
giving my
how do you
opinion
want
on
to
James
make
Harden.
it right?
I'm not making anything
because,
right, dude.
I mean, I feel
No.
like you're kind of sitting here naked on this James Harden thing.
What does that mean?
While I agree, he probably has bed bugs hiding in his beard. I don't disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
The guy carried the Philadelphia 76ers past the mighty Boston Celtics.
Is this the dagger?
Oh my God. Turns out not so much. James Harden carried the Philadelphia 76ers. This was after you multiple times told him he had a fat ass And he's not that guy anymore, pal.
Yeah, he is first team all fat ass, and he has been for like 5 years.
Right, but if you can score 45 points, nobody cares what you have for dinner.
I don't care if you're a little husky if the ball goes in the hole.
Hey, all of us has worn size husky jeans as a teenager.
Yeah, look, Tubby, if it goes in the hole, you're good.
know. Nobody cares how many snacks you have.
Yeah.
Nobody cares that you eat
James
toaster.
got the snacks at the club.
But
you know
nobody
what I'm saying?
cares that you
Yeah, I know what time it is.
toaster strudel for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I'm a carb-eating motherfucker.
Right? Nobody cares, James, because you had 45 points. But are you going to apologize to James Harden? And I think you should. I feel like you should.
Yeah, please respect my privacy.
One,
Next
you
question.
should come out. But two, you should come out and apologize.
Yeah, next question.
And be humble. So I'm just going to single you up. The floor is yours, bro.
I'm not going to apologize to James Harden, bro. I'm not doing it. Now, I will say that I did not give him the credit he deserves yesterday. That was a hell of a performance yesterday.
Okay, anyway. Are you ready to apologize to... I thought you were going to apologize.
No, I'm not apologizing to dude.
Apologize to that man.
Apologize to that man. Apologize to that man.
Okay, I'm going to give you another chance.
So, like I was saying, I'm not going to apologize to James Harden. I'm not.
Listen, I'm sorry. We had technical difficulties.
Let me tell you what now.
I'll turn your microphone back on if you...
Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
Anyway. But speaking of James Harden, can
Yeah.
we talk about NBA officiating real quick? Because this is gnar, bro.
Well.
This was not called a foul. This right here was not called a foul. And you will notice that is Marcus Smart in the landing zone of James Harden, who lands on Smart's foot. They did not call this a foul. You'll also notice the official standing right there, putting his hand up to signal a three-point play.
Mm-hmm.
That this is a legitimate three-point shot. Yet does not blow the whistle for a foul on a priority call this year.
Well, and I think what's really interesting about officiating right now is notice it kind of appears what he's looking at. He's not looking down at their feet. He's looking up at their hands. And I think this is a problem that officials need to address. He's standing right there, and you would think, well, how can he not see their feet? But the game is so fast that if you're not looking in the right spot, you will miss this call.
Stop it.
You will.
This is a foul. You're
It
a
is.
professional official. You should have called this a foul.
Yeah.
But you cannot tell me, before we get to the Celtics, you can't tell me that the NBA didn't want the Celtics to win this game. The NBA wants a long, drawn-out series.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the NBA wants, right? Like, there's no doubt about that. Like, they're without the MVP of the NBA.
Yeah, the NBA wants the playoffs to go as long as possible. There's no question about that.
Oh, stop. Ruff's official, being Ruff's official. Embiid sits out the biggest games. When did that happen? He sits out the biggest games. So, like, load managing, Joel Embiid didn't load manage for 20 seconds this season. What are you talking about? He sits out biggest games. And I'm certainly hoping that you're not referring to his current status now where he has torn knee cartilage. And you're trying to say that he's sitting out the biggest games.
Yeah.
He played 66 games this year. See, like Ruff's like, you just get exposed when you say stupid stuff.
Look here, man.
But speaking of which, do you believe that the NBA wanted Boston to win this game?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I believe they wanted a close game. That's what I think. I think because it's Boston and Philly, and there was no real way to kind of, forecast that Joel was going to be out.
Yeah.
I think the NBA wants a close game, and yeah, sure. I mean, if you want Boston to win game one, cool, whatever. I actually think it's better for the series if Philly wins game one, because now you're going to have a long series, right? It's not this situation in Phoenix where Denver's up 2-0 and it looks like the series is over and Devin Booker's having to sit on some dais and talk about how the series isn't over, right? Like on the East Coast where they actually play long series, yeah, you have a 7-gamer cooking after one game here. Like if you think about it, if Philly somehow, some way finds a way to win game 2, which I'd be surprised about, but if they were to do that, that's
no way.
That's ideal.
No way.
It's ideal.
No way does Philly win 2 in a row in Boston.
I can't believe it.
No way.
But again, I'm the same guy who felt like, hey, like, yeah, I think Harden's going to have a big night, but I don't think that's going to be enough to beat the Celtics. And then what do we get?
Dude, I will drink bucked up if they win both games, and if they don't, I would just be stunned by that. But one other thing I want to talk about: Did you guys see the situation with the Boston bench? Marcus Smart is on the bench, and there's a foul called on the floor, and he gets up and runs past Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Celtics, and puts himself in the game.
Look at
And Mazzulla's like, what are you doing? Does he stop him? No. Just goes into the game. Like, I think, and you look at the situation last night where Brown only takes 10 shots, Jaylen Brown. The entire game. 23 points, 8 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the line. Really not much. And it's weird to say it. He wasn't much of a factor.
Yeah.
Not much of a factor in a game that now the worst part of this is it allows Joel Embiid to rest this knee more.
Yes.
He doesn't have to rush back for game 2. Now he can sit until they go back to Philly. And it just smacks of a team that has no leadership. That you only get Jaylen Brown for 10 shots. Tatum, who should have the most shots, 25 shots. And you got 20 points out of Malcolm Brogdon, who took 16 shots. Malcolm Brogdon had 16 shots off the bench. And Jaylen Brown only had 10? And Malcolm Brogdon had 16.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
And by the way, Jaylen Brown was a -2 for 23 points. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the other issue was they didn't play a lick of defense. They had 63. The Sixers had 63 points at the half.
That is the biggest problem. I agree the Joe Mazzulla thing is a problem. No doubt. It is. It's a huge problem.
Yes.
But ultimately, this Boston team on paper is twice the team Philly is, in my opinion. The problem is they don't translate to the floor. They do give up 60 points to a team that's missing their best player. They do give up, they do not perform when they should. And now it's going to be this whole thing where they have to win this second game, and Joel's going to sit, as long as he can. Dude, I wouldn't play Joel, honest to God. I wouldn't play this guy until game 4, till after that first home game in Philly. I would literally sit him as long as I could, because he has played 66 games. He has played multiple games in the regular season where he had 50-plus minutes. He's played a ton of minutes. So to me, I look at Boston and I'm like, dude, this goes all the way back to the Tatum and LeBron chest bump all those years ago. I mean,
it does.
This team has been coming up short for years now. And I love my guy Steph. But Steph dropping whatever that was, 50, in game 4 last year in the finals is absolutely unacceptable if you're Boston. That's just not good enough. And that's why I say there's this whole list of occasions where Boston has just simply not been good enough. I picked them last night because I felt like, okay, this team has a propensity to choke the game away repeatedly. At the same time, though, Joel is sitting, so they should get into the bonus, and, they should make a living at the line, and everything should be cool. No, it wasn't good enough last night for Boston. And I take nothing away from James. In all seriousness, dude had a hell of a night, showed up for his team.
He really did.
Everything,
he really did, yeah.
Everything
in all seriousness
that you could want, James Harden did for you last night. And I have to say, I'm not a huge James Harden guy, but my God, it was fun watching the guy fill it up, dude, because he is one of the most enjoyable guys to watch when he's in kill mode, and he was all night last night. So he deserves a lot of credit, but I almost feel sick and tired of talking about the Boston Celtics not getting the job done. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Day-old donuts. FYI, guys, I'm taking Florida over Toronto tonight.
You have big balls, dude.
Day-old donuts, I think you're on 3 day-old donuts. Toronto's winning that game. The line on that game.
Toronto, another team that has a propensity to choke it away.
Yeah, they do.
Year after year.
Toronto is at home and they're -195. There's no way Florida's winning that game. There is just no way. Not the way that...
That's game 1, isn't it?
Yes. Not the way that William Nylander's playing. I don't... I don't think so. And that the domination with which Toronto dispatched Tampa.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like in the 2-1 overtime win, and the way that Tavares has played for them, I just don't
goals
see
out of him.
Yeah, and they have two. I don't know. Samsonov has been pretty good as well, like 969 save percentage. Like
I know we don't talk a lot of NHL playoffs on this show.
I watch a lot.
I love me some NHL playoffs, man.
Yep. DeLambo says Harden is a time machine. He turned back the clock. Seriously.
Dude, seriously.
Seriously. You remember when we saw him at, I can't remember that bar in Scottsdale. We were there doing a radio.
Oh my God.
The one where they're all dressed up like mountain girls.
Yes.
And their racks are all hanging out.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Yes.
He's backed in the corner in his Bentley, leaves it running in like 105-degree temperature outside, and he's just inside drinking beer and eating wings. It was unbelievable. Rick Forrester, 2 teams I hate the most, Lakers and Celtics.
Yeah.
Spangler says Jokic 69 game played this year, Embiid 66. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like Embiid misses a bunch of time.
Yeah.
McKinley Cutler, anyone know will Embiid be back at all this year? I heard that his injury was bad enough to need surgery. They're talking about game 3. They are targeting him to return, but now there's no onus for him to return.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing they've talked about is, hey, do we use a brace? As somebody that's had a lot of cartilage issue in my knee, because I don't have an ACL in my left knee, so I've had a lot of cartilage issue. You don't get over that until you get it fixed. So if that's what it is, and they haven't said specifically what it is, but if he's got a cartilage tear in that knee, dude, it's incredibly painful.
Yeah.
Keaton Critchlow, sorry, Jake, but you got to eat a crow sandwich.
Yeah, I have no problem saying that I hate on Harden. I do. I think the guy, this is the first time.
You said he sucks and he'll never score another basket.
I didn't say that, but this is the first time in his career where I feel like he's been truly clutch in the playoffs. I mean, there have been a number of times, again, and I know his time in Houston was ages ago now. It absolutely was, but even
0 for 61 on 3-pointers.
0 for 27 against the Warriors that one night, or like in Brooklyn, he just wasn't that guy. And I almost, honestly, to be fair to James, I almost write off his time in Brooklyn because it was just such a drama-filled mess. So let's just throw the Brooklyn stuff out. The thing that I don't cut him slack on is the not getting it done against the Warriors when Steph was playing on one ankle and, Chris Paul had gone out. It was like, all right, dude, James, it's your time. This is your opportunity to show you're an alpha. And he didn't do it. Now, that said, whatever buddy's name is who commented, I'm happy to eat the crow sandwich. I said he wouldn't. I said he'd have a big game, but I thought they would lose, and they proved me wrong. So I'm happy to be wrong on it. I am.
Connor says solid haircut, Jake.
Thanks. My boy Jay Toffin knows what's good.
DeLambo, Celtics in 6, 76ers are going to fall apart. Salty drunk. Hey, Salty. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, and while you're at it, apologize for that shirt, Jake.
Actually, it's one of my favorite shirts, dude.
It's a Tiger Woods golf shirt.
Yeah, so piss off.
Connor says maybe you're losing weight. No, Jake is fat as...
Yeah, I'm first team all fat ass with James Harden.
Stick to your guns, Jake, Cougar Track says.
Yeah.
Fat!
Connor Johnson, it's better than the waiter button-up. Had to balance out the compliments.
Right.
Dale Donuts, Jake is wearing San Jose Shark colors. You are. I can see Jake standing in front of the beard yelling, 1 tubby, 2 tubby,
Fat.
3 tubby,
Fat.
4
Fat. Fat.
5 tubby, 6
Fat.
tubby.
Fat. Where are we at in society today?
7, and you know he's got more. Damn right. Ryan Fair, Capasso always coming through. Ryan Fair, I would like to know Monty's take on Chicago's pick of Darnell Wright. He threatened to strike if they didn't get Paris Johnson. Well, Darnell Wright was a hell of a recovery. I was not thrilled they traded back. But listen, I think that if you're going to wind up with, it was Paris Johnson or Darnell Wright as the top 2 offensive linemen in the draft. And Todd McShay had Darnell Wright rated higher than Paris Johnson. So I have no problem with the pick. I hate that they traded back. Identify your player and go get him.
Yeah.
DeLambo says the ref wasn't even looking at his feet on a priority call. Gary says
That's
the ref.
what I'm saying.
The ref was Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? That's my problem. Like, I agree with you. These are professional officials. There's no excuse to miss that call. at the same time, though, you can clearly see dude's head is not looking down. He's looking up at James Harden's hand.
And Marcus Smart lands right under Harden. Like, that is a foul all day long.
Yes.
That is a foul all day long, dude. Ruff's official says Embiid hasn't played 70 games or more his entire career, but who does anymore?
Yeah.
With load management, who does?
By the way, most guys in the league, maybe not all, but most guys in the league feel like Embiid should win it this year.
Oh, I don't think I think not only has he been the most valuable player, he's been the most dominant player. Yeah. From three, from the mid-range, the free throw line, back to the basket, excellent passer, really good defender. Like, he's done everything you can do. John Evans, will you guys cover BYU for Texas Big 12 fans? Yeah, well, of course we will.
Yeah.
We talk a ton of Big 12 on this show. Appreciate you, John. J.K. Marshall, my girlfriend likes my load management.
Yeah, I mean, load management is a pretty crucial thing, you know?
His girlfriend. She likes his load. Anyway, just drink a lot of pineapple juice, dude. This wouldn't have happened if Tony Brothers were on the case. That's right, Jimmy.
Damn Tony Brothers, dude.
The worst official in the NBA.
Yeah.
Joel didn't sit out. He couldn't go. He got torn ligaments. What do you want him to do?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You know. Spangler says Embiid is 7 foot 280 and literally does everything. He does. Tyler Dopp, is Joel Embiid injured like Kawhi Leonard? Well,
Hey, Claw.
He is, unfortunately, it seems, because he's got cartilage damage. DeLambo says Harden versus the NBA going to be 6 series.
Yeah.
It is going to be sick. Ruff's official, CJ Vance, what's the excuse for the other 20-plus games he missed? Salty drunk. Hey, Monty, why did you get on SGA about being hurt? He played 68 games. Well, when you're okay, so there's a difference. Do I really have to spell this out? Load management versus injuries. Okay. And it turned out at the end, though, James, they weren't. I think we all know now. OKC wasn't, doing everything they could do to improve their position.
What?
But
what?
Or Chet would have played.
What?
Chet
How
would have played.
dare you make those accusations?
That's what I'm saying. Keaton Critchlow. NBA definitely wanted Boston. Spangler says, who's the best NBA player in Gonzaga history? Adam Morrison or Dan Dickau?
Your mom.
Chet. Scrub School. Connor Johnson. Bucked up, got beta-alanine in it. Been looking for a new pre-workout. Dude.
Gonzaga.
My wife loves the LFG. Loves the LFG. I'm telling you, Connor, use the promo code Monty, save 20% off your purchase. Or better yet, dude, I would tell you, go to one of their, and Connor, I don't know if you're where you live, but if you're in Utah, one of their bucked up stores.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Go in and chat those folks up. Absolutely. If you guys have not, 2 things. If you have not tried the buckshot from Bucked Up Energy, you absolutely have to do it. Bucked Up is great about giving samples. And they have these energy shots called Buckshot that are just fantastic. They work really well. They taste great. I've tried all of them now, and I'm telling you, they are absolutely phenomenal. Anyone that you want to try, the Blood Raz, the Blue Raz, the watermelon's my favorite by far.
Mm-hmm.
I love the watermelon buckshot's fantastic. But you know what? I'm telling you, dude, like go to a Bucked Up store if you're here. If not, get to buckedup.com and use the promo code Monty25 or Monty20 rather to save 20% off at checkout. All you have to do, you can chat with them as well.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you. I mean, like their pre-workout is
top
phenomenal.
notch.
If
Great
Mrs. Monty is raving about, she uses something called LFG. If my wife likes your pre-workout, you've done it right. She's training for a triathlon, and mornings, she is not by any stretch of the imagination a morning person. She sent me a text today saying, hey man, that LFG was great, flavored really well, powered through the workout. So she loves it. I'm telling you, give him a shot if you haven't already. Bucked Up Energy, the official energy drink of the Monty Show. In the description below, there's a link for free buckshot samples. 6 of them, any flavor you want. Spangler, Bro, no one made this into Embiid versus Jokic argument except you. Yeah, Ruffs,
Yeah.
I don't know why you're so anti. Salty noticed the non-answer and he moves on. What do you, non-answer on what? On SGA?
Dude, it's very clear, dude. They sat him because they wanted better draft position. It's not even in question, dude.
I'm starting to wonder if Ruffs. I think you just troll. I don't think you watch the NBA at all.
Yeah.
I really don't. Jeremy Callahan says, I just ordered my buckshots.
Let's go, baby.
Let me know what you think. I personally love the watermelon.
How about that?
I'm a huge watermelon guy too.
Yeah.
J.K. Marshall, will their next product be called Buck This? Well, could be. Spangler, who here said Jokic was bad? Nobody said Jokic was bad. And this is what we do on the MVP arguments. Oh, Jokic sucks. It's got to be Embiid.
Stay hard.
Embiid sucks. It's got to be Jokic. They're phenomenal players.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic, and again, I don't know how many people are actually watch games, but Nikola Jokic against the Suns has been sensational. Now, Sex Machine's been unbelievable as well for the Suns. And I don't mean Kevin Durant, who's been mid as hell.
Seriously.
Devin Booker's lived up to it. Moth Prof. Do the trees fall over at the courses you play? One did. Actually, it's funny you bring that up. Now, off the course, but thankfully. Gary says Blood Raz is a slapper. You know, I just got the Blood Raz Pixie Pump. I actually like it. I like I'm not always a raspberry fan, but they are. Moth Prof. Monty, when do you start training for your triathlon? I ain't doing no triathlon.
Nah, man, we ain't doing that. We got to drive the ball 300 yards down the middle of the fairway, man.
I'm avoiding all the smoke.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
Connor Chancellor, no shoot. If it's good enough for a triathlete, I'm in Oregon, but I've got the internet. Buckedup.com.
Ain't ducking no smoke.
Use the promo code Monty to get 20% off at checkout. Lopes fan Gabe says, wait, we are just now deciding Ruffs is a troll. Where have you been, Monty? My bad.
Dude.
My bad.
Soft person tendency.
Yeah, totally soft. Truck Stop Gumby, what's an NBA? I have no idea. We don't actually watch Jazz games here, remember?
I'm not too familiar with that.
How old is that? Get fired up. How old is it? You guys don't even watch the Jazz games, do
I'm
you?
unfamiliar with it.